Going into part 6 of the Texans playbook here. I should probably give some subtitles to these videos because in this one I'm going to show a couple of plays that I designed to beat both man and zone coverage. This first one is Z shallow cross on the bottom here, X. Gonna go against some random big dime against the Patriots. Now, the quick setup is to hot route triangle, which is Braxton Miller, shorten up his in cut, hot route square Hopkins onto a slant, then motion over for Dorowitz. Now, this looks like it's zone coverage, and this is what I use to design to beat man and zone. You don't have to make any other changes if you don't want to, but what I watch is the two middle linebackers there. The one that's on the left of the screen next to Fedorowicz, I watch him. If he drops back with Fedorowicz, then I look to that second linebacker. If he drops back as well, then I know I can't hit Hopkins, who's underneath him, who will be lined up with him. So I look for Miller, because those two linebackers have moved out of the way, so I know Braxton's going to be the one who's open. But if that first linebacker doesn't drop back, I'll take a quick peek at the second middle linebacker who's on the right of the screen here to make sure he doesn't drop back over the middle so that I can hit Fedorowicz. He's the first read because you always want to get the biggest play you can. And then I look for Hopkins. If those two guys blitz in or something like that, if the first linebacker drops back and the second one comes down, then Hopkins. But if they both move back or they both come down, it just changes the read. And as you know, post route, corner routes, slants, ins and outs beat man coverage really well. So you can leave this as is, as I'll show here. And I just got sacked, but you can see right there Hopkins and Miller both open because I watched the linebacker on the left, he dropped back, the one on the right came down, so I was going to hit Hopkins, but I got sacked. And I'll look at the replay to show this. I'll tilt it down a little bit more. You see the first one drops back, the second one comes down. I'm like, alright, Hopkins it is. And as you're going to see, Miller and Hopkins are open right there over the middle of the field. Usually what I do, like I said, you can leave the play as is with this quick setup. But what I do, because I've noticed even with a three-man rush, you can still get pressure, is I'll put Lamar in to help with the pass protection. And what I'll do that ends up usually distracting both the outside corner on the right and the slot corner on the right is I'll take Fuller and I'll put him on a smoke screen. And I notice it distracts both of them. So one of them, like the slot corner, he's not going to come over to interfere with Braxton Miller's route or Hopkins' route because he doesn't want me dumping off to Fuller here. Not all the time, but it generally, what I've noticed, that's what happens. Like here again, I helped with the... Wow. Guy wasn't paying attention. That's just my bad read here. I didn't want to get sacked again. Not even a real game when I'm feeling the pressure. So obviously, that corner over on the far left is coming in. I'm going to slide protection, give it a little bit of help. And it looks like no slot guy over here on the right, so Braxton or Hopkins will be the guy since they all drop back. Quick pass to Miller. I'll run this a few times to show you how well it works. With Fuller, you can almost do anything. I wouldn't put him on a slant over the middle or anything like that. Maybe leave it as is. Maybe a button hook or a streak. but nothing that's going to interfere with the middle of the field, what you're already dissecting right here. And I'll show a replay of what I mean and why I went to Hopkins there, even though that first linebacker came down. Let me go to the replay here. Zoom out a little bit. When I say hike, you're going to notice this guy comes down, and I'm like, okay, Fedorowicz is my first read, but I had to change because Hightower over here dropped back right where the pass would have been. So I was like, well, there's no linebackers there. I can hit either Hopkins or Miller. And I always go with the deeper one, which would be Hopkins in this case. Let me just put it here. And you can see both of them are opened. Hopkins is just a few more yards without yards after the catch. Sometimes I would go underneath simply because Hopkins is a pretty good blocker in this game. If I hit Miller, I could just follow Hopkins and then make a move after that. But if I'm worried about, man, maybe I'm not going to get the yards after the catch, just go with the deeper route, especially if you need those yards. And you don't want to risk missing a third down conversion or even a fourth down conversion. This is not guaranteed to get you any amount of yards. Like, you're going to get 4 yards at the least and 20 yards at the most without yards after the catch, because for Fedorowicz you can usually get about 20 yards if he's open. Hopkins, you get at least 10, and with Miller you get around 4 at least if you get tackled as soon as you catch the ball. But just depends. You take what the defense gives you. And again, we got the same thing. Oh, I thought I'd get him to miss by cutting way outside like that. But you can see it's basically, you got to watch those two middle linebackers there, and it looks like some kind of blitz with the DBs or the safeties. Probably the DBs, because safeties look like they're coming up to cover somebody. So I'll put Fuller. You know what? Let's keep him low, because if I can get the corner to go low, Hopkins could get pretty deep here. But my first read, since it's man coverage, is going to be for Fedorowicz, because it's a man beater. There's no safeties back there, and he's going to get the most yards if he gets tackled as soon as he catches the ball. So pretty easy, obvious. But he was covered well, and I got hit as soon as I threw it. I'll show the replay why I didn't throw to Hopkins. I thought a safety was going to be on him, so I thought he would easily... Oh, I hit the wrong button. I thought he was going to be open, but this guy dropped back to cover him. So I was like, okay, I got to wait for Hopkins to break away. And because I did that, I got killed. So my first read, I was like, oh, for Fedorowicz, but then I saw the linebacker was going to cover him. And then I was like, oh, as soon as Hopkins gets by that corner who's coming down to cover Miller, which I probably should have just, since it's a blitz, just jumped it off quick to Braxton. But I'm greedy. I wanted to hit Hopkins to get a few more yards. But you take what the defense gives you. Don't do what I just did. But I guess that's a good time to choose a new play anyway. I think you get the gist of that one. This next one, from the same formation, is the X follow. I don't think I have to motion anybody on this one. We continue with big dime here. There's two things. I can leave it as is and simply just put Hopkins on a slant, because Miller and Hopkins, Braxton Miller, square and triangle, are going to drag the coverage over if it's a zone, and if they do, you can hit Miller, Lamar Miller, over in the flat there, and there'll be nobody there, or there's people just trailing behind him. He gets like a 92 speed, so you can get some good yardage just by outrunning people. But with the safeties down like this, as long as a linebacker doesn't come inside on him, I want to hit Fedorowicz. But it looks like a blitz. I'm going to have to get rid of this fast. Fuller is a distraction, which I mainly use him for, because he drops it a lot, and if he gets by your corner, it's an easy touchdown because he's so fast. But I'll just run this a few times. You can see that a lot of people get open, especially manned up. Like when it's man, the coverage definitely goes with Hopkins and Braxton. Alright, I gotta take a pause right here. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I'm just gonna run this a couple times and call it quits. Got an interruption here, not a big deal, but anyway, even with their two safeties back, Fedorowicz gets open as long as the linebacker doesn't drop in the middle there, and it looks like there's nobody there. You can get right in front of those safeties in between them. I always go for the biggest play if you can, obviously, but oh, dang. But what I noticed is the biggest play is Lamar. If he's able to get across, that was just a horrible pass. I saw the guy gonna hit me, try to dump it off quick. No safeties. Yeah, I might take a risk with Fuller, but he's playing way off coverage. So it's probably man. So a good thing to hit would be one of the Millers. And as you can see with man coverage, it just draws everybody away. And your running backs usually can get away from the linebacker, especially if you get somebody with some speed like Lamar over here. But bump and run, I might want to hit Fuller and Honey hole before he gets to the safety, if he can beat the press. I'll take that. Oh, that's easy. You see what I mean? Just speed for days. Too bad he didn't make that catch against the Patriots in the divisional playoffs there this past year. It's probably a good thing. It helped us get rid of Brock Osweiler. It's practice. You can take risks. Wouldn't do that in a real game. Alright, some kind of blitz to this side. Shift to protection. Probably going to turn into some kind of cover 3. So we'll see what we can get out of this. Maybe have to get rid of it quick. If it's cover 3, those guys are dropping back. I could probably get a quick button hook. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Braxton has like a 95 spin move, so you just fake people out constantly with him. But again, I got bump and run, so I'm going to look for Fuller, then for Dorowitz, depending on what the safeties do. And that looked like good coverage, so just dump it. So you gotta play smart, play what the defense gives you. But I noticed this play, it's something about it, just a lot of people get open. But I love it when this happens. Can't wait when to use Deontay Foreman doing stuff like that. He has some speed to him too, with some power. Where if I stiffed arm there, might have been able to shove that guy around. Oh, that was a great play. Shouldn't have thrown that, but I didn't think he was going to cut down. Again, bump and run. I'm looking Fuller for Dorowitz, depending on the coverage and how the safeties line up. And I'm sacked. Forced fumble. But see, I might come up with some plays. Doesn't mean I'm the best at running them. Hopefully you're better making decisions than me. When you get into a rhythm in a game, it's a lot different. Practice, it's weird. Like sometimes your line is blocking amazing when there's like 6 guys coming in, and then they block like crap when there's 3 guys coming in. I've noticed times I put Lamar into block, and he just stands there while a guy runs by him. Dang. If I had Gronk, that would have been good. Shift to protection. They keep coming over to that left side. And easy peasy. I like it because with the user, they can't cover everything. Like they keep seeing you dump off to Lamar. Well, then you can dump off to Braxton. As you can see, his spin move is amazing. Could slip by people real easy. Too many people to try to fake out. Try to throw it away. Man. I'll just run this one more time. Just for my own entertainment here. No, I'm not ending like that. Let's see if I can... We'll slip the tackle. Didn't fake him out, but... Anyway, those are the two plays. I like the other one a lot better, how I have that set up. I guess real quick, I can show something you can mix in here when you're using the first play I showed. The first play I showed was Z shallow cross, where you end up motioning the tight end who's playing receiver there. Well, if you want to change things up, you put halfback quick base, and we'll just go random big dime. It looks like the same thing because you just motion them over. It looks like you're doing that same pass play. Or if you can do it the opposite, keep running and they keep thinking it's the run, and then you throw it. But this play works pretty good. If I was able to make a move or something, could have made it a little bit bigger. You see, if they come out in coverage like this, they have 3 down linemen and what have you. You can pick up. I got too close to my lineman. You can pick up some good yards with this. Let's see how it is. I'm gonna go run right into this blitz. I'm not gonna audible. See how well it picks this up. And went inside. Still picked up about 5. See, you keep gashing them with this, and they'll send the blitz like they are right there, and then you can do the play. I was just showing you. Let the blocks. What? Come on, just hold that for a split second longer. This looks like it's gonna be good. Oh, I shed the block and I came too close. Alright, I'm running this one more time, and I'm calling it quits here. You get a little scheme out of this. Man coverage, I noticed, will stop this play a good chunk of the time. I'm not gonna end like that. I usually get some good yardage on this play. Whoa, I got killed. Alright, this is not gonna work. Bringing the safeties down and manned up. This is where you definitely audible. Because this play. Oh, I got a pancake. For Suafio didn't do that. That play would have been a bust. Oh, 10 yards. Alright, I'm having too much fun. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. Cut it inside. I saw that slot corner was just gunning for me. He knew what to play, like as if I just ran it 6 or 7 times in a row. Definitely got a corner blitz. Probably gonna cut this inside. Yeah, I bumped into my lineman. Slowed me down. But you just mix this in with that pass play, or even I guess I'll show another quick play. You can mix it in with that play I just showed, or you can mix it with this if you like to run first. Another play I was using was the play action here. PA, wide receiver in. It'll work if they actually bite. In practice, they generally don't bite. But what I'll do is a hut route for Dorowitz to a slant so that I can motion him before the snap. And then I can make any adjustments I see fit after that. So I'm just going to do the play action. Nobody open. Oh. I didn't know he got open way over there. Could be blitz, could be bluffing. And a partial bluff. He got underneath. If he just was a little bit better at catching. Safeties are a little down, a little low. Wonder what's going on here. Alright. Lamar actually helped me. It's like what I keep saying about Fedorowicz. He doesn't always catch it, but when he does, he's a beast to take down. Alright, looks like a cover 3 of some kind. Keep that in mind. Oh, got to throw it away. I kept saying it's the end. I'll run it one more time for an actual good gain. You can mix this into... Crap. I didn't get any protection that time. I guess now and then Lamar will get the block. Now and then he won't. And nice. There, I'll end it like that. Using Watson, doing that would be probably a lot easier rolling out. Got the nice block. He got underneath the coverage. Works pretty good. So, those 4 plays out of this, you can practice yourself. Whoops, I accidentally hit hike. This is going to be bad. Like I said, I can't end it. I can't end it like that. Wow, I made this 20 plus minutes. Yeah, normally don't do that. You guy will fumble 9 out of 10 times. The cover 3. Screw that noise. Man, I swear the next time I get a good play, I'm gonna end it. Looks like corner blitz. Computer makes it way too obvious. Sucks you can't slide protection when you're doing a play action. But, oh, you gotta be kidding me. How does it get there so fast? It's like hike, I'm ready to throw, dead. Got another blitz, so probably gonna die. Wow, hike, throw, dead. So I was saying, you do practice, they don't bite on play action. But if you get a user playing linebacker or safety and you keep running that play, they're gonna bite on it. That was just stupid. The blitz is getting to me. I bet the funny thing is that you guys are seeing somebody open and you're like, where's you throwing it? I guess watched too much Brock last year. It's totally traumatized me. Wow. I'm just stretching this out. I thought he would win that one. There we go. And a touchdown. Perfect way to end it. Alright guys. Thanks for watching.